of the Amorites was? How many of you want to know what the sins of the Amorites was?
Yes, yes.
You know, because what is it that was so wicked about them? What is it that was so wicked about the Amorites that God said, I'm not going to wipe you out? Look with me at Leviticus chapter 18. Hallelujah. Verse 1. Verse 1 to 20 is covering mainly one kind of sin. Amen? And almost all of Leviticus 1 to 18 is dealing with incest. Incest, Brother Milford? Yes, incest. All kinds of incest. 20 verses. And there's some other things we're going to look at, but the first 20 verses is dealing with different forms of sexual uncleanness. But a lot of it had to do with having sex with family members. Bible talk like this? If you're honest, the Bible does talk like this. Yes, Bible deal with things real. Everybody say Bible deal with things real. Reality. Reality. Amen? Well, so let's read a few verses. The Lord said to Moses, speak to the Israelites and say to them, I am the Lord your God. You must not do as they do in Egypt, where you used to live. You must not do as they do in the land of Canaan. That's the land of the Amorites, where I'm bringing you. Do not follow their practices. You must obey my laws and be careful to follow my decrees. I am the Lord your God. Keep my decrees and laws. For the man who obeys them will live by them. I am the Lord. No one is to approach any close relative to have sexual relationship. I am the Lord.
Yes, yes.
I am the Lord. So this is the sin of the Amorites.
Yes.
The sin of the Egyptians. This was commonplace among them apparently.
Yes.
He says no one is to approach any close relative to have sexual relationships. I am the Lord. Do not dishonor your father by having sexual relationship with your mother. Now you would think, my God, who would do that to their own mother?
It's being done today.
But I add something else. It could also be that those men had more than one wives, right? And so this in the Old Testament, and they had more than one wives, and so this is my husband, my father's wife, and that's my mother. This other young thing here is not my mother, but my father, concubine or whatever. And guess what? I can share her, right? That's what was going on. Come on, you hear what I'm saying? But I wouldn't doubt it that some of them were so dirty and so unclean that they would even look at their own mother. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And by the way, very important point that these guys are mentioning. These things that they did were things that they believed the gods did.
Yes, yes.
The things that they did is because they believe the gods that they worship did these things, so they have a right to do it too. So do not dishonor your father by having sexual relation with your mother. She's your mother. Do not have relationship with her. Do not have sexual relationship with your father's wife. That could be the concubine. Thou shalt not dishonor your father. Do not have sexual relation with your sister, either your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or elsewhere.
Yes, yes.
We say, Brother Milford, none of us like that. None of us like that. Well, maybe none of you like that, but maybe you came from situations like that. Come on, hear what I'm talking.
Yes.
Maybe you saw those kind of things. Amen? So it's a dirty culture. Amen? Come on, say it's a dirty culture. It's an unclean culture. And it's here in America, it's in Jamaica, it's in Trinidad, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. Sex, 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 sex. Everything is just sex. That's what dogs do, right? You know a dog will go with its mother, right? Do not have sexual relation with your father's wife. That would dishonor your father. Do not have sexual relation with your sister either, your father's daughter or your... So he's covering all ground, whether it's your half sister or whatever. Your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or elsewhere. Do not have sexual relations with your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. That would dishonor you. So he talk about what will dishonor your mother, what will dishonor your father. Here he said, this will dishonor you. And it continues all the way down. I'm telling you, it covers every form of unclean sexual relationship. All of it have to do with relatives. Lift your hands up and say, Lord, you would not put 20 verses there.
You would not put 20 verses there.
Unless it was relevant. 20 verses. It is not to be scoffed at as a little thing that it don't really happen. Look at verse 20. And let's read from verse 20 to 21. Amen. Do not have sexual relation with your neighbor's wife and defile yourself with her. Verse 21. Now it moves into something a little bit different. Do not give your children to be sacrificed to Molech.
Yeah, abortion.
For you must not profane the name of the Lord your God.
Yeah.
Now, you know what they used to do with Molech? Molech was an Ammonite god. Ammonites were part of the whole big category of Amorites too. Amen? And they used to offer up their children, sometimes their firstborn, in fire. You know what they were looking for? An oracle. What's an oracle? It's like a word from the God to say, do this and you will prosper, or do this and your crops will come true, or do this and you will go to war and win. And they would offer sacrifices. They'd offer their children in the fire. No. Some of you are from Haiti background, right? You know, a lot of people say, you know about your own background in Haiti. You have a lot of voodoo, right? You have Freemasons, you have all kind of stuff. We have that in Jamaica too, amen? We call it Obia in Jamaica. In Cuba, they call it Santeria. In Brazil, I went to Brazil. I traveled through Brazil, went through Manaus, and I stayed overnight there. And you know, I just walked around the town, and I came again across a store. It was a Catholic store, and they had all kinds of implements of witchcraft in the store. This kind of incense, and this kind of smell, and this kind of mixture, and this picture with Michael the Archangel, and all kind of what we call in Trinidad and Tobago, simmy-dimmy.
Yes.
And people go and spend money on these things because they believe in it. They believe in it. They believe that this will bring them good luck. This will bring them prosperity. This will ward off the enemy. There are people who are going to Christian churches and going to the Obia man and going to witchcraft.
Yes. Yes.
There are Christians who read what they call the horoscope. I have to see what my horoscope said today. I remember the first time I went to Trinidad, I was in the University of West Indies, I was doing some postgraduate work. A guy came up to me and said, both of us are spiritual people. I am a Kabbalist. Practice Kabbalah. Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism. People like Madonna has made it sort of popular, but she's just a light thing. The real Kabbalists really dig deep into all kind of weird stuff. I read somewhere once they were saying there's no form of modern witchcraft that doesn't borrow from Kabbalah. And what it really is, I believe, is Jewish people who reject their own Messiah and are looking for ways to reach God without Jesus Christ.
Yes, amen.
If you want to follow on now.
Yes.
So this article I was reading said the Rosicrucian order borrows from Kabbalah. The Freemasons borrow from Kabbalah. You know, all forms borrow from Kabbalah. Kabbalist. He said, I'm a Kabbalist. He said, what month were you born? I said, that's none of your business. I say, I'm no longer under the control of your stars.
Yes, amen.
I'm under the control of Yeshua,
Yes.
the Messiah.
Yes.
Come on, talk with me. The Messiah,
Yes.
the Savior of
Yes.
the whole world.
Yes.
I'm under His control. The moon, the stars, the elements do not control me anymore.
Yes.
It's none of your business when I was born, because that will not affect my destiny.
Yes, amen. Amen.
Come on, talk with me tonight.
Amen. Yes.
So why would somebody do something so extreme? I understand. I lived in Trinidad. Somebody tell me that sometimes you'll always find some maybe little retarded person in the family. Family is very rich.